Okay, so I have my zipper all pinned in. This is on that open end of the skirt. What I did is, because the zipper actually ended up being, even though I got the one they said, being longer than where it was marked off on the pattern. So what I did is I went up to the top and I made sure that the top was meeting right under the armpit and leaving plenty of room for that little hook and eye that would go right up here. So, and then I just walked it down, basically curling it back and making sure that it was meeting up with the seam as I was pinning it. So that's all I did for the zipper. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stitch the zipper to the seam allowance flap. And this is why I didn't want to cut it earlier. So I'm going to stitch this down here. And remember, this is basted underneath here. It's just a really loose stitch underneath there to keep that seam closed. And then we're going to stitch this down. Don't be afraid of putting in a zipper. They're really not that bad. They're actually kind of fun because you get to change out and use a zipper foot. Okay, this is kind of hard for me to do, but I did want to show you guys this. One thing with when you're sewing the zipper in is I keep my nail right on the other side of the zipper, because sometimes as you're stitching that through, it can push this zipper a little bit to the side, which you don't want it to do. So I just hold on to that zipper, keep it, you know, right up against that zipper foot, and just stitch, stitch, stitch. And, you know, just go slow and make it good. Oops, I got my pin stuck underneath there. You guys should see how I'm holding the camera so you can see this. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so that's what I wanted to show you there. So my zipper is sewn on this side, the inside. Now I'm going to turn it right side out. Then what you want to do is place a, where is it? Where is it? Oh, I can barely see it. A pin, I used a white one, where the zipper stops, and then you place a pin where the zipper stops up at the top as well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sew on each side of, you can barely see the seam in there. Oh, my seams matched up perfectly. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my god, I'm so happy. But basically we're just going to sew on each side of the zipper on this side. Now we're on to what I call unwrapping the zipper, because now we've stitched the zipper on the outside on both sides of the zipper. Now you can't see it because it's closed. The opening of the zipper essentially is going through, and we're going to rip that basting stitch that we did to keep the seams closed. And you want to be careful with this so you don't rip your dress. So I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do after the zipper's in is we are going to take this, because you'll notice that the lining inside there is still loose. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be slip stitching the lining onto the dress here. So it goes like that. Slip stitch is a hand stitch, so we won't be using the sewing machine, and also I will place a link in the description for a video, if I can find one, hopefully again, on how to do a slip stitch. Okay, so there we go. The dress is finished. How crazy is that? The one thing I forgot to show in the video is that I hemmed the bottom of the dress. Essentially what I did was I pinned the knee length where I wanted to, and then just went around and did the seam on it. At the end of the video, I'm going to go ahead and try the dress on so you can see how it looks on me, but I wanted to take a quick moment and kind of talk about the things that I've learned through this experience of my very first dress. Oh my god, I still can't get over that I made a dress. I mean, that's just insane to me. But talk about like what I've learned and things I want to do different in my next dress, because I love doing this series so much and going through this experience with you guys. I'm doing it again. We're gonna pick a dress towards the end of this video, and that's gonna be the dress we do the next time. So let's talk about how the dress turned out and what I liked and what I didn't. Now, I love the pattern of the fabric that I chose. One thing I don't like so much is the heaviness of this fabric. I bought this at Joann's, and I bought it in the quilting section, which is why it's a heavier cotton. So it doesn't feel really nice on the body, because obviously it was a cotton for quilting. But I love the pattern so much that I was like, I don't care, I'm going to get it anyway. That's something I would definitely change, is my fabric selection process. I think it is probably the single most important thing you're going to do in your sewing project. I think it is important the first time that you do make a dress that you select a fabric that is easy to work with, like a cotton. Just make sure that you're buying the nicer cotton that feels has a real nice feel to it. Basically, it's an easy way to tell. Stay away from like the silk. So if you put the fabric together and kind of go like this and it slips, it's probably the fabric you want to stay away from the first time around. I would probably stay away from satins as well, just because satin is very unforgiving on the body. So if you have a perfect body, go for it. Go wear satin and be fabulous and make us so jealous. But if you're more of a body type like mine, you're going to want to stay away from satins because it's not going to be the most flattering. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing I would change about this dress, is the fabric I chose to do it in. I'm really happy though with the way that the pleating turned out on the bodice. The only thing is, because of the material I chose, you can't really see that detailing. So as you can see, there's really nice gathering and detailing around the bodice of the dress. So that I was extremely pleased with the way that turned out. The way the gathers are so well spaced. The other thing that I would probably change on this dress, because the pattern was based from the 1940s, it was an actual pattern that Butterick did at that time. The the V it's pretty shallow. I would have taken it not as far down as what I'm wearing today. I probably would bring that V a little bit farther down. I am thrilled with the way my cap sleeves turned out. I think they're just so adorable. And here's the back. Again, really pleased. Now, one of the things I also would change is it got really bulky underneath the armhole here. And that, again, is part of inexperience and part of the fabric that I chose. It's a thicker fabric, so it's going to get bulkier. So this underarm didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted, but everything is even. It looks good. So that's just one of those little things that I'm going to notice and improve for the future, but you're not going to notice when I'm wearing the dress. So overall, I'm really thrilled with the way that the dress turned out. And I think for my first one, I think it's turned out amazing. I had like visions of like I put it on, it would just fall apart, or like, you know, the sleeves would be off center, or it'd just be lopsided. But none of those fears came true, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. In fact, I'm totally going to do this dress again. I'm going to do the version without the sleeves, the halter, and do it in a really like fun summery color, almost like a sundress. So I'll definitely do that down the road. I think that would be insanely fun. So I need your help. I need you guys to help me decide. I've got two patterns here. I need you to help me decide which pattern we should do next. So the first pattern is this one here. It is a Vogue 1946 design, and what I love about it is the belt on here and the runching going around the neckline. How pretty would that be? Our other choice is another Butterick pattern from 1956, and I'm I would be looking at doing this dress here, this dress C. I like that it's just a full skirt pattern, and also I like that little crisscross on the, oops, on the top. I want you in the comment section below to vote on what you want our next pattern to be. Do you want it to be the 1946 Vogue pattern? Again, this would be really fun. This one is going to take us into doing things like interfacing, and also we're going to do shoulder pads. We would do shoulder pads on this one, and we actually make the belt. So there's some really fun like new stuff on here. Oh, and there's some stuff that we would use, we would work with tearaway stabilizer. What is that? So that would be all in the 1946 pattern. So if you want that in the comment section below, just go ahead and type in either Vogue or 1946 or something like that, and let me know you want this one. Okay, so for this one, the Butterick 1956, this one is pretty standard as a dress. The only thing that would be new in this one that we haven't kind of done with the last dress is sew-in interfacing. This one does have a bit of a lining like this one did. But so not too much new in this one, just kind of a different pattern, different look. What's going to be new too is doing this crisscross in the front. So if you want to go ahead and sew with me on this one, the 1956 Butterick, go ahead in the comment section and either say Butterick or 1956. I'll probably start the new series in the next week or so, just because you'll notice that I don't have my cast on. It's removable, so I went ahead and removed it just for the video. But I don't know exactly what's going to be happening, so I kind of want to get the sewing series started while I know that I'm in a situation where I can sew. So yeah, so go ahead, post in the comment section below, let me know what dress you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try the dress on, and I'll be right back. Here it is, here's the dress on me. The back area right back here, it's almost a little too much fabric in the skirt, so I think I could have probably maybe taken a little bit of the bulk off the skirt. I took it to just below the knee, so I kind of trimmed that off and made it just below the knee. Because I don't know if you could tell in the videos, but I'm really, really short in real life. I'm 5'3½", so a little bit short. So it's really, dress length, skirt length is really important in, well really if you're short or tall or average height, and that you don't want something that cuts you off at the wrong space, because it can make you look shorter. And if you have, like me, you have a little bit of more muscular calves, if it cuts in the middle of the calf, it can make your leg actually look thicker. So you really want to play around with that skirt length or dress length and find the one that fits right for you. So that is the conclusion for our very first So Vintage series, the Butterick dress. And it's up to you again, you guys, to go in the comment section below and vote for the dress you want to make next. I will tally up the votes on Sunday, a week from today, and reveal in the next video the next dress we're going to do. And possibly if I have time, I'll actually go pick up the fabric. I actually picked up fabric for one of the dresses already, because I am going to make both of them. It's just a matter of which one you guys want to see first. As always, to show you your support of a vintage vanity and the So Vintage series, go ahead and click that thumbs up, that little like button. And as always, if you haven't already done so and you want to know when new videos are posted here on a Vintage Vanity, go ahead and go ahead and click the subscribe button right over there. Talking problems. And again, vote in the comment section below, and also let me know, how do you like how it turned out? Are you as thrilled as me? Do you have any tips to share? I always love hearing from you guys, so go ahead and use that comment section, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.